Live from the Balls Visual Radio Studios, this is the Blades on Balls show. And now, here's your host, the voice of South African rugby himself, Hugh Bladen. Hugh, it's over to you.
Goeiemorgen.
Wynie.
Dis om Hugh.
Wynie Strydom, it's Hugh Bladen, jy's op Balls, jy's lewendig op Balls Radio. En ek sit hier saam, Wynie, met Nomis.
Hello, Wynie.
Hi, City. How are you, my man?
I'm fine, Wynie. How are you? I'm so happy with your team, my
It was a great weekend for us, Hughie. But
Yeah.
it's good to hear your voice.
No, Wynie, don't
And where's old Darren Scott?
No, Darren, well, he doesn't come on this program because this is my program.
Okay.
But
geez, so you kick him out.
Darren is in the office. Wynie, ek het nou 'n bietjie vroeër, ek gaan Afrikaans met jou praat. As dit jou pas.
Dis lekker, dankie om Hughie.
Nee, die
Dit sal my
groot
goed
ding is,
gaan.
ek het gister in City het 'n bietjie laat in die ateljee gekom en ek het nou gepraat oor die feit dat ek op dieselfde vliegtuig gisteroggend was saam met julle en die ongelooflike gees wat is rondom jou Bulls-span. Ek moet jou gelukwens, Wynie, want ek dink jy is betrokke in die hele storie van sê my net die Bulle, het gaan goed met julle, hè?
Ja, om Hughie, dankie man. Nee, en dankie vir die compliment. En ek wil ook sê, ek is baie trots op die spelers. Hulle het nou regtig op en van die veld af. Maak hulle ons proud, hulle maak ons regtig trots. Jy weet, ons het 'n moeilike toer gehad. Ons het net een van die 3 wedstryde gewen en almal het ons afgeskryf. En ons het die laaste aand daar teen die Brumbies, toe ons nou net verloor het ons by mekaar gekom en vir mekaar gesê, daar's nog 10 weke oor. Gewoonlik as jy so op 'n toer was en jy kom terug van die toer af, is daar 3 of 4 weke oor. Dan is jy half uit die kompetisie uit, maar ons het vir mekaar gesê, daar's nou nog 10 weke oor. So ons het baie tyd om reg te maak en ons het dit wedstryd vir wedstryd gevat en op hierdie stadium 7/7 gewen na die toer en ek is baie trots op die spelers. Hulle regtig het hulle kop afgehou en hulle het gedoen wat hulle gesê het hulle gaan doen. So ons is baie bly dat dit so goed gaan met ons op die oomblik.
Ja, baie geluk. Wynie, die situasie nou is dat julle het nou 'n 3 week breek. Wat is die situasie in terme van julle voorbereiding? Wat julle het nou 3 wedstryde oor teen die Kings, die Sharks, al 2 van hulle by op Loftus en dan die Stormers op Nieuweland. Nou en
Ja, nee, dit
julle het nou 'n klomp spelers wat in die Springbok squad is. Nou, hoe is julle voorbereiding nou vir daai finale 3 wedstryde wat eintlik baie belangrike wedstryde is?
Ja, dit is baie belangrik om jullie, daar's nog baie oor om voor te speel. En dit is so dat, soos jy sê, daar's 12 van ons spelers by die Bokke en ons is baie bly dat hulle daar is en ons is trots op hulle dat hulle daar is. En ons weet, hulle sal aan die gang bly, hulle gaan oefen, hulle gaan wedstryde speel. Ons ouens wat oorbly, wat agterbly, wat nou nie in die bokspan is nie, ons het almal nou vir hierdie eerste week gee ons almal af. So almal het nou 'n lekker week om 'n bietjie die byl te gaan sluit. So hulle is almal weg van Loftus af. Dan kom ons volgende week Dinsdag terug by mekaar. Dan oefen ons Dinsdag, Woensdag, Donderdag en Vrydag volgende week.
Ja.
Dan is dit daai vakansiedag, dan gee ons hulle daai Maandag ook af en dan kom ons weer daai volgende Dinsdag, Woensdag, Donderdag en Vrydag by mekaar. So ons gee hulle 'n week en so 2 dae af van die 3 weke. Die ander tyd kom hulle maar in. Hulle doen bietjie gymwerk, hulle doen kondisionering. So ons hou hulle aan die gang, maar ons het hulle ook hierdie eerste week nou bietjie afgegee dat hulle wegkom want ek dink dit is 'n goeie tyd in die seisoen om 'n bietjie weg te kom van rugby af om hulle koppe skoon te kry en 'n bietjie te gaan herlaai. So ons het dit baie mooi beplan. Frans hulle het regtig gesit met die spelers en hulle met die bestuurspan met Victor hulle almal en hulle het mooi beplanning gedoen. So ek dink ons ouens is op 'n goeie plek en hulle sal lekker vars terugkom na hierdie tyd.
Great. Die ander ding is nou julle groot teenstanders is sekerlik die Chiefs en Simon het gesê hy gaan die reëlings op kry op ons computer hierso. Die Chiefs teen wie moet hulle nou speel?
Hurricanes.
The Hurricanes.
Die Chiefs nog en die Crusaders.
Die Hurricanes en die Crusaders is nie maklike wedstryde nie. So julle het in elk geval 'n game in hand.
Ja.
Ons het 'n game in die hand op hulle en hulle moet nog die Crusaders wegspeel. So dit gaan hulle moeilik een wees. So ons
julle sit in 'n baie goeie situasie, Wynie, is dit nie?
Definitief.
Ja, nee, ons het hom ook so uitgewerk. Ons al wat nou vir ons oorbly is ons hoop die Crusaders kan die Chiefs wen, maar aan ons kant, al wat ons moet doen is ons het vir mekaar sê, ons moet net sorg dat ons wedstryde wen. Dan hoop ons maar die ander ouens help ons hier en daar, maar ons is definitief in 'n posisie waar ons
julle kan eers in die hele toernooi eindig.
Ja, nee, definitief.
Sê jy 'n vraag vir Wynie?
Wynie, ek gaan vir Hugh vra om iets te lees wat ek geskryf op my iPad 3 weke gelede of 'n maand terug. Blades, just read that.
Ek luister graag.
Luister. Bulls were
great. They are back in it to win it.
There you go, Wynie, and I honestly feel they can, my man, and I hope they do because
Wynie, hy lieg, hy het dit nou net geskryf.
Jy moet nie jok daar nie. Ons jy's op die lig. Almal hoor jou.
It's Simon. I didn't know you could talk Afrikaans, huh?
Many things you don't know about me, Sid.
Hy was op Paul Roos.
Okay. Yeah, but I think they got a great chance, and I'm proud of them. Wynie, steek groete van my af en Hugh en sê vir hulle kan dit wen.
Ek moet jou net sê, ek moet nou jou net sê, Wynie, ek was baie beïndruk gister, nou, en City het nou net, en ek sê, hy het nou net in die atelier aangekom. Jy weet, van die boys, van die bulle wat my gegroet het, en met respect, en met, jy weet, met vriendskaplikheid, en hulle was, ek moet net sê, Wynie, ek was baie beïndruk, en baie geluk, hoor.
Dankie Hugh, en jy verdien die respek, want jy het dit deur die jare verdien, maar dit is soos die bulle is, hulle is rugby ouens, en ons is rarig, ek sê dit altyd, ek dink ons spelers is van die nederigste ouens wat daar is, en ons probeer hulle daar hou, ons sê altyd vir hulle, hoe hoor hulle opspeel, hoe meer nederig moet hulle word, want en hulle behoort ook aan die mense, die mense wat hulle maak, en hulle moet eintlik teruggee aan die mense, bietjie ook respek en handtekeningssessies en goed. So ons is baie bly dat dit so goed gaan en baie dankie vir julle ondersteuning, ons waardeer dit. Ek staan hier op die eerste hier by Waterkloof Golfbaan. Ek staan met my drywer in die hand.
Wel, Wynie,
brood hou staan, ja.
Luister, Paul, baie dankie dat jy met ons gepraat het en al wat ek kan sê is lekker speel, hoor.
En Wynie, head down.
Welkom om enige tyd te skakel, is lekker.
I'll
do that.
Head down, my boy, and keep that left arm straight, eh?
Thanks a lot.
Cheers, Wynie. Mooi speel.
Good luck. Enjoy your day.
Dankie jy ook.
Yeah.
I once said, they showed the Wynie Strydom sits on the field at Loftus, and we had a director who showed him quite regularly. He really liked Wynie, and he had the picture of him. You know, we have some cameramen, you may not know this, we have some cameramen who don't ever point their cameras at the field. Their job is to film the crowd.
No, definitely.
And the reaction thereof and that sort of thing. So they don't ever point their camera at the field.
But can I ask one question? When they point at the crowd and they sort of zoom into a person, as soon as that person realizes they're on the screen, they take them off straight away. I don't know. Well, you don't see it because
no, we don't. We
do
see that.
Yes.
And I must say I haven't noticed it.
I like it when they point it at hot chicks, and the commentators know they're hot chicks, but they can't say they're hot chicks.
I've said wow before.
I mean, you see some crackers, especially at the cricket and that kind of. And
those
things.
You see the rugby, the girls in
Bloemfontein
and Pretoria.
Yeah, but you can't say, yeah, she's a belter.
He's belting down the sideline.
Actually, I want to hear you say that, Blade. Say she's a belter.
She's a belter. Yeah, my wife at home would like that. Wow, look at that belter.
Your daughter's listening.
I know she's listening, but she's mature. The other thing, I must compliment our cameramen, and a lot of young ladies may not know this, but our cameramen scan the crowd and they pick out they almost have competitions as to who can pick out the prettiest girl. And what a crowd on Saturday, 33,000 pitched in Bloemfontein.
Unreal. But even talking about the crowd, even at Ellis Park, for a game like this against Samoa, which, as you know, we won.
Didn't look to me like there was a great crowd.
There was 15,500 people.
You joking?
Yeah, no.
Were there?
Was,
wow. I think that's great. Well done to the Lions supporters.
Yeah,
well done.
No, definitely. I mean, it's a nothing game sort of thing. And there were 15 official, count, 15,500.
Well done too to the Lions. Great win against the Samoans. The tackling wasn't the greatest, but there was some great running by Crisanda Buerta and by Anthony Fulmink.
Unreal.
What the little that I saw of the game, and they did really well. I think Samoa are going to battle on Saturday, the test match. They play against Scotland, kicking off at 2:15, and then South Africa play against Italy. Italy did pretty well in the
5 o'clock
Six
kickoff. It
Nations.
must be.
2:15.
Well, they did
3:15,
brilliant in the
4:15,
Six Nations.
about 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Which Springbok captain has the best percentage of wins? We haven't had too many answers to that question.
Well, I still,
I was the other thing I was saying that Heineke Meyer has only got 1 year before the next World Cup. He's got the rest of this season and half of another season. So basically, he's got a season before the World Cup. I want to tell you something that on the 12th. How's this for my memory?
Let's hear.
On the 12th of June 2004, Jake White coached the Springbok side for the first time against Ireland in Bloemfontein. And he had in his side his pack of forwards, Oosterhunt, John Smith, CJ van der Linde came off the bench, Bucky's Boerter, Victor Madfield and Skalkberger was on the flank. 6 of the pack of forwards that ran on for the World Cup final 3 years later.
Yes.
Now, what worries me is we've got 1 season to go to the next World Cup. And who's building up to play in that World Cup? Will Yanni du Plessis be over the hill? So they must be looking for a new tight head.
Yeah.
Werner Krier is he in the squad? We've got the squad here. No, he's not.
No,
Adrianse. Adrianse is in there.
Mm.
And Lawrence is not that old. And Quinny Westhuizen is a lighty. And Quinny Westhuizen, he's strong, hey?
Is he in the squad?
Yeah, he has a squad.
You see, I mean, John Robbie interviewed Heineke on 702 this morning.
Oh, did
and
he?
the whole thing was looking towards 2015 World Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, the big question was to Heineke from John was, how do you work out which overseas players you're going to bring back? And he says, well, Lowe,
Francois Lowe.
Francois
and
Lowe.
Ruan Pienaar, those are the only 2.
They're real form players, and he feels that, he had to bring them back. Bucky's Boerter is playing great rugby, but he feels he might be a bit over, towards the end of his career.
Yeah.
And but he's really looking towards the World Cup 2015.
Okay, 2011 and 15. Okay, so no, my calculations are wrong.
2-1 now.
2015. So he's got 2 seasons to go.
Yes.
And it's so much been the question of being in the right place at the right time. In 2003, when Rudolf Strydom came in for quite a lot of criticism of the World Cup side, in that 2003 side was John Smith, Skalkberger, Bucky's Boerter, Juan Smith, Victor Madfield, all lighties, okay? All of who played beautifully in the 2007 World Cup.
Yeah.
So Rudolf Strydom may well be sitting there and saying, well, what about me? I had those guys in my team, but they were lighties and so very inexperienced. A lot of them didn't play in the quarterfinal when we lost to New Zealand in Melbourne.
Wow.
And he might well say, question of being in the right place at the right time. Jake White got all the kudos, but I took those guys to the 2003 World Cup.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Tough,
I mean,
eh?
Yeah, it is. But, you talk about being in the right place at the right time. That counts a lot in one's career, and I'm talking about myself now. How I was in the right place at the right time, and I had a great game as a curtain raiser, and that's how I got chosen to play in
for
Spring.
the Barbarians?
For the Quackers.
No. SA Barbarians.
I played SA Barbarians and Keith Oxley farewell match, yeah.
Yes.
And then it was for Quackers. And, I was going to be 3-1 up here.
No. Are you talking about when you started your rugby career?
Yeah.
But you had a great game on the wing for the SA Barbarians in Durban.
Correct.
And that's when they picked you on the wing.
I'd already played centre.
Yes.
You know, I was a centre all my life. But that day, whatever I touched turned to gold. I mean, it was brilliant. And Isak van Heerden, through him, I went on the wing.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed playing centre. But, just the game, what year were France here and they played at Pambrink? What year was that?
1964.
That was 64.
Ah.
That's where it all started for me.
I played a curtain raiser to that game.
I played a curtain
Transvaal
raiser.
under 20.
I played for Quackers.
Yes.
Yes. And that's how I got invited. Just I was in the right place at the right time. Yeah.
Yeah, it can. I mean, it does happen. Wynie is like the Sir Alex Ferguson of rugby. What a legend, Jean-Jacques Strydom. That's really nice, hey? Wynie is like the Sir Alex Ferguson of rugby. What a legend. And even on the plane yesterday, I was betrokken. He was like involved in the banter, and it was really great. And we're going to have some really great music now.
That was the Blades on Ball show. Join the voice of South African rugby on your wireless next Monday for more unbelievable memories and banter. Until then, stay classy, like 20-year-old Glenn Morangi classy.